Has a patient ever said something so disturbing under anesthesia you had to call 911? So I've been a plastic surgeon in Beverly Hills for 12 years and thought I'd seen everything. Then Alex Brooks walked into my consultation room last spring. He was genuinely handsome with a strong jawline, symmetric features, the kind of face that would turn heads at any coffee shop. That's what made his request so bizarre. He wanted complete facial reconstruction. Everything changed. I want a new nose, jaw implants, cheekbone restructuring, he said, pulling out a folder with magazine clippings. Maybe also the brow bone. And is it possible to change eye shape? Have you been in an accident? I asked, studying his perfectly normal face. No, nothing like that. I've never felt comfortable in my own skin. I need a fresh start. I'd heard this before from people with actual deformities, but never from someone who looked like him. Still, it was his choice and his money. The consultation took 3 hours because he was incredibly specific about every detail, constantly referencing photos on his phone of random men, LinkedIn profiles, coffee shop candids, gym selfies. The morning of his first surgery, he paid the $30,000 deposit in cash, which should have been my first red flag. When my nurse asked for an emergency contact, he hesitated. I don't really have anyone. Just moved here for work. Fresh start, you know? As the anesthesia kicked in, instead of counting backwards, he started mumbling. Emily, do you even recognize me anymore? Didn't think so. Whole new man. My nurse caught my eye, but we both shrugged it off. People say bizarre things under sedation. I once had a patient recite her grocery list in French, and she didn't even speak French. 6 weeks later, Alex returned for his second procedure. He'd healed perfectly and seemed thrilled with the results, constantly touching his new nose in the mirror. This time we were working on his lips and chin implants. As he went under, the rambling started again, but clearer. Deleted everything. Every photo from the last 10 years. Ryan never lived in LA. Ryan who? His voice was dreamy, disconnected. That's creepy, my anesthesiologist whispered. Just the drugs, I said, though something cold was settling in my stomach. During his third surgery 2 months later, I was already on edge. The moment the sedation hit, he started talking like a dam had burst. The restraining order is void now that Ryan Keller doesn't exist. She filed it against nobody, against a ghost. Then he started laughing. This drowsy, horrible laugh that kept going even as his eyes rolled back. The sound made everyone in the OR freeze. He laughed until the anesthesia finally pulled him completely under. My surgical nurse grabbed my arm. Should we stop? No, but I need to record this, I whispered, pulling out my phone. Something was seriously wrong. That laugh and the way he'd said Ryan Keller's name made my skin crawl. After he left that day, I locked myself in my office and started searching. The name Ryan Keller felt familiar somehow. When I added Los Angeles to the search, my screen filled with news articles from 2 years ago. Local woman obtains restraining order against ex-boyfriend. Marketing manager Emily Lawson speaks out about stalking ordeal. There was a photo from a charity gala showing a young woman smiling at the camera, but her eyes looked haunted. The article described how Ryan Keller had stalked her for months after their breakup, showing up at her workplace, joining her gym, attempting to move into her apartment building, sending hundreds of letters and flowers despite being blocked everywhere. I found Emily's LinkedIn profile. My stomach dropped when I saw her current employer, the same tech company Alex had listed in his paperwork. I searched for Alex Brooks in their employee directory. Nothing. But Emily Lawson was there. Marketing department. Same building where Alex supposedly worked. I understood immediately. This wasn't about self-improvement. It was about becoming unrecognizable to someone who'd legally banned him from their life. I called the police immediately. The detective said to schedule his next surgery as normal. We'll be waiting. 2 weeks later, Alex came in for his final procedure, the brow work. 3 officers waited in the next room. As the anesthesia hit, he smiled. After this, I'm perfect. Alex is perfect. He woke up to handcuffs. The detective told me this wasn't his first identity change. Ryan Keller had simply become Alex Brooks. New name, new face, same obsession. 2 states, 2 women. Emily was safe. She'd been walking past her stalker for 4 months without knowing it. Emily sent flowers to my office last week with a card. Thanks for saving my life. P.S. I need a new girl for my lip filler. Last one messed it up and you're really good at transformations from what I hear.